In this video, I'm going to show you how I'm still knocking it down with my 1 week, 1 stock, $1,000 challenge. I had great success. I want you to stick around. And in fact, I know you're going to like the trade I just put on for next week. Stick around. I know you're going to like it. Hey, welcome back everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. Well, hey, look, today we're going to talk about my weekly cash printing machine challenge. I got a weekly covered call option challenge happening where I want to use one stock and try to make $1,000 every week. We're talking the weekly covered call trade where I'm knocking it down and quite frankly, it's flowing like water. I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely excited, and man, I'm having such great success. I'm going to share that with you today, and man, when you see the numbers, your jaw will absolutely drop. And I'll tell you what, the stock literally moved 2 points, yet I'm knocking down over 100% what I would have made. We're going to talk about it here, and I'll tell you what, a lot of people are excited. Man, I'm getting so many comments, so many emails. You want to hear more about the weekly paychecks you can collect when you write those weekly covered calls. And we're going to do that today. Now before we get going, if you like what you're hearing, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's right there. It's free. We come back every week bringing you timely, relevant, exciting, motivating trades. We talk about them, so maybe you learn something. There's no hidden agenda here. I don't have 3 secret trading patterns to sell you. That's what we do. I share with you my stories, so maybe you get a little closer to it. Maybe you get more comfortable, and maybe you'll do it. Hey, look, if you like what you hear today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. And man, you're giving me 150 likes last week, and that jacks me up to do another red hot cover call video, because I know you like it. I know you want it. Now let's go ahead and get to this because I know you're excited. You want to hear the numbers. You want to know if you can do it. Well, first of all, you can do it. We get our financial education. We get our experience. I'll tell you what, anyone can do it if they put in the homework, if they put in the time. I'll tell you what, that's where I was 4 years ago. The cover call strategy to me was like learning a new language. I mean, it absolutely had me all twisted up in terms of how options worked. And I did not understand that. Now, my mentor, Jerry, helped me with that. I'll tell you my story. In fact, Jerry and I are having a social distancing brew fest today at his place. And I'll tell you what, man, I always enjoy my time with my best friend, Jerry. And like I always tell you, if you want to hear our story, if you want to know why I do this channel, you need to go to my website, ctpdashboard.com, click Meet Jerry. And from that time back in 2016 when he spent with me, he coached me, he mentored me, he answered all of my questions. I was building up my financial education with the options game. But more importantly, I started to feel comfortable with it. This is what I always tell you. When you feel more comfortable with something, you'll do it. Well, that's how it was with me with trading. I did my very first really safe trade. I had a stock for which it had doubled and I was going to sell it. Jerry said, stop, man, pump the brakes. It's a great opportunity for you to write your first covered call because you don't care if the shares go away. And that is the biggest fear for most covered call writers. They don't want their shares taken away for many different reasons, whether it be tax reasons or they just feel like they've done something wrong if their shares are taken away. Well, trust me, once you learn this, you will understand if your shares are taken away and you made a good trade, I call that max profit. We collect max profit. We move on. How many times can you sit there and say, I made max profit on a trade time and time again? In fact, I even showed you my numbers last year. I had one bad trade. And that always motivates me to keep doing this. If you see my numbers here, you could see I'm now at 32,000. We are getting close to my goal of 55,000 this year. That's right. We write covered calls. We sell cash secure puts. We get the stock appreciation when we sell those out of the money covered calls. And I'll tell you what, that has generated over $32,000 this year. Right now, I'm up 14.6%, and the S&P 500 is down some 10%. I love having that consistency in my trading, and as you can see, over the past 3 years, been knocking it down, and I haven't done much heavy lifting. I've showed you time and time again here at the channel. So I want you to keep coming back, checking out those numbers, because I try to update them as much as I can. If you didn't watch my video last week, you'll want to watch that one. It's a good one. My weekly covered call, one stock, $1,000 paycheck challenge. And I wasn't challenged by anyone. I was challenging myself because this was becoming so automatic. I wasn't motivated or passionate to stay in it. And hey, if you've been with my channel, you know, man, this is my thing. Over the past couple months, doing those 30-day trades where I'm knocking down $2,500, and I don't want to sound flippant here, but those weren't exciting me. So I decided I was going to use a leveraged ETF, UPRO, which for me is a directional play in the stock market. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the directional move in the stock market. And right now, I believe the market trades sideways to higher. We're going to get some up days, we're going to get some down days, but we're going to basically trade sideways. So that's going to give me a great opportunity to use these short calls. We're going to write covered calls on some UPRO shares. And hey, if our shares are taken away, we're going to reboot and do it the next Monday. Now, if I have to buy the option back, add a little bit to my cost basis, we're going to do it time and time again. I'm going to use my skill, and when I use my skills, I'm going to generate credits. Right? I own 1,500 shares of UPRO. I'm going to give somebody the right, but not the obligation, to take them away from me for 4 or 5 days. I'm going to collect that premium, and then we're going to manage the trade on Friday. Whether I buy the option back, adding to my cost basis, writing the next covered call the next Friday. With that said, that's the idea behind the $1,000 challenge. I want to say thank you out there to all those that give me those great comments where you tell me that this guy could literally cut out 95% of his videos. He talks too much. So what I'm going to tell you is this. I bring you these videos weekly to motivate you, excite you, inspire you. So if you don't understand that, then please do 2 things. Either go find another covered call YouTube channel that excites, motivates, and shows you his trades. Good luck with that. Or forward the button. Forward the button. By now you should know this is what I do. And I don't apologize because of the stories I've heard over the years from you. You love the motivation. You love the inspiration. I'm going to keep doing it. That's what I do. That's what excites me to come back in front of this microphone. If you don't give me that, we don't do none of this. That's just the way it is because I love hearing those success stories. Now, with that said, if you can't do this, then you can't do this strategy, right? If you can't even handle fast forwarding a video, then there's no way you can do this strategy. So go find that guy that's going to give you 3 trading patterns and he's going to email you stocks to buy. Yeah, we don't do that here. We look to get our financial education. We look to get motivated, inspired, do it, have success. We have a community of like-minded people here. I'll tell you what, that's what excites me. Now let's go ahead and get to these numbers. I know you're going to like it. Okay, so you know I have a website up for this. I put the link in the pinned comment below. People love how I'm updating that throughout the week. As you can see, last week we sold 1 covered call and we ended up picking up $2,175. I'm going to explain that trade here on the charts, but that was unbelievable. Remember the week before, I wrote that cover call, I bought it back, made about $1,025, $1,050. I started the week by combining the 500 shares I had already owned with the new 1,000 share purchase. I wrote that covered call, and man, I was living the good life. I think that trade was about $1,300. Well, UPRO fell. UPRO fell from 38X down to 32, 33X. And man, I'm already on the roller coaster. I already need to start bailing water on my trades. It's a damn good thing I got my exit strategies and I managed the trade. And I bought it back. And what we ended up doing is getting a little antsy, could have walked away holding the shares all week, pocketing $1,300. What I ended up doing was I wrote another covered call, trying to pick up a little more premium just in this short 2 or 3 day period and got caught. Stock went above my strike price. Now I had to buy it back. And that's what I did. I bought it back and we rebooted for this week. And that's what I did. I went into expiration without actually writing a covered call on Friday. So come Monday, I'm crossing my fingers, hoping the stock gets a little bit higher. And sure enough, we start the week with the stock rocketing higher. I'm able to get $1.45 for a 5-day trade. Man, knocking down not $1,000, but $2,075 in premium. That's not the stock appreciation. That's just premium. Unbelievable. On 1,500 shares, we're getting $1.45 in literally 5 days. Now let's go to the charts. I'm going to show you how that played out. By the way, if you upgrade to the premium service, I'm going to give you 1 free month. Man, all of my members are getting daily and weekly emails, updates about what I'm doing, my stock market commentary emails. I'm showing them all of this stuff damn near as it happens. They love it. They give me that feedback. I keep doing it. Look, if you are interested in the premium service I offer, now's the best time to do it. So I want you to go there, check it out. Do know that I want to give you value if you're putting skin in the game. And that's what I try to do with everything I do with the premium CTP Dashboard membership. 1 free month. Go check it out. It's right there. All right, let's get to the star of the show. That is the one stock that I'm using for this weekly challenge. It's UPRO. UPRO is the 3X leveraged ETF for the S&P 500. Like I said earlier in this video, I'm using this as a directional play on the overall stock market. Right now, I believe the stock market's heading higher, heading lower, but for the most part, sideways. And that allows me, in this short window of 5 days, to write some out-of-the-money strikes. Just one deviation out of the money, I'm able to pick up a large premium because it's a leveraged ETF. Maybe we have our shares taken away, maybe we don't. But the idea is it's going to trade in this very tight range. Now, I'm hoping it trades within one deviation, so if I have to buy it back, I don't add much cost to my cost basis, like I did the first week. Now, if my shares are taken away, that's perfectly fine. We knock down more max profit, we keep doing this. Now, let me show you on the chart how this played out for the first week, the second week, and where we're going with this third week. And as you can see here, after I wrote those first 2 covered calls, where I wrote the covered call, it fell, I bought it back. I then tried to nibble a little bit, just tried to get a tiny little premium for like 2 days. It got me. And in fact, I had to buy that option back higher, for which I lost money on the second one. Luckily, I was still able to preserve my $1,000 for the very first week. Now, the second week plays out unbelievable. What happens is this. I'm hoping Monday opens strong. Sure enough, we wake up Monday morning, the stock market's raging. I think the Dow's up 600 points, man. I am going to be able to get a fat premium for 5 days. And that's exactly what happened. When the stock market opens, look at this. This is where it closed on Friday. This is where it opens. That upward pressure in the stock is generating fat call premiums, right? People think the stock is moving higher. Call premiums are going to be worth more. So I took advantage of that. I dialed up, and at the money, $38.50, I was able to get that $1.45. And I'll tell you what, that's over $2,100 for that short week. I just have to let the trade go to expiration. Well, that's what I did. As the week starts playing out, you could see, here's my $38.50 strike. Well, it never gets below $38.50. So I can't buy back cheaper like I like to do. So I had to play it a little bit. Was I going to buy it back, add to my cost basis, write the next covered call? Well, as it turns out, I was never able to buy this option back. And what I found with UPRO options is even with 1 day left in time value, the option will have some 50 cents in time value left in it. I mean, literally 50 cents left with 1 day to go. The options are unbelievably pricey because of that leverage, right? So I'm sitting here playing the dance. Do I buy it back, add to the cost basis, write the next call? Or do I let my shares be taken away? And what I'm going to do is this, okay? I posted this up on my Facebook page. Go to Facebook, CTP Dashboard, follow the page. What I decided is this. This challenge is about me using one stock, generating $1,000 a week. Whether I use these 1,500 shares or another 1,500 shares, The idea is I'm going to try to generate $1,000 a week on one stock. So what I decided to do, and trust me, I thought about this, because if my shares are going to be taken away, then I don't have shares to write a covered call on till Monday. Monday being a holiday, so I'll be doing this on Tuesday. So I only have 4 days to write a covered call. Chances are I'm not going to be able to get enough premium for $1,000. So I got to do something Friday. So what I decided to do, I decided to buy another 1,000 shares, assuming that these 1,500 shares will go away. And that's exactly what happened. The trade ends above $38.50. Those shares are gone. That profit is bagged. And I'll tell you what, even though the spreadsheet shows $2,100 in profit, you have to calculate, I got $38.50 for shares that I purchased for $37.50, right? So not only do I make the premium, I make the stock appreciation. Now, with that said, I buy another 1,000 shares and I'm looking for $1,000, right? So that's what I do. When it's trading at about $39.30, I go ahead and put in the next Friday, right? The upcoming Friday covered call. I put in the out of the money 40 strike and I get $1. And trust me, I was trying to get a buck and a nickel, buck and a dime. Couldn't get it, man. Nobody would get off those bids. I could not get the price I wanted. So I ended up getting a buck for it. I'll take it. That meets the $1,000 criteria. But what I was going to do is this. I almost considered selling a cash secure put, an at the money cash secure put, because when I thought about it, I wanted to buy the shares, right? I wanted to buy the shares so I could write the covered call, collect the premium. Well, if I was going to pay $38.50 or $39 for the shares, why don't I sell a cash secure put and collect the premium, right? I'm putting up the money to buy somebody's shares at $38.50 or $39 next Friday. I looked at those premiums and I'll tell you what, they were tempting because for a 4-day trade, I could get $1.32. That was very tempting. But what I ended up doing was buying another 1,000 shares. We wrote that out of the money covered call, picking up $1. And for me, that's a great trade because if I think this market is going to continue to go higher, it's going to trade in this sideways to higher market, I'm going to keep getting a little bit of stock appreciation while I collect the decent premium. Because remember, if Friday comes, I get 40 for my shares for which I paid 39 plus the $1 in premium. That's not $1 in profit. That's $2 in profit. And now what we're going to do is this. We are going to repeat and rinse, repeat and rinse. This is only week 3. And when you see how much I've made at the end of this video, it's going to blow your mind that for a stock that's literally trading for $39, you can do this? Man, that's real life-changing income. I'm excited. It's got me motivated. Man, I'm looking forward to doing my next exciting cash printing machine weekly trade. Now, based on my YouTube analytics, right now you're leaving the video. Stop. I want to share with you what I've made on those 2 trades. You know, you look at the spreadsheet and you say, John, you made $1,000 the first week and you made $2,100 the next week. That's $3,100. I could have held the stock at 37x where you bought it, sold it yesterday at 39x. I'd have been knocking down $3,000. Man, you're doing a lot of work for something I could have done by doing the buy and hold strategy. Well, here's the deal. That was only premium. Okay, what you saw there was premium. I'm actually knocking down in 2 weeks over $4,900. And the way that happens is this. I make all of that premium on just the covered call premium. Remember, I bought the stock at 37x. Somebody paid me $38.50. I actually got $38.50 for 1,500 shares deposited into my account, and I only paid 37x for them. So you got to add that into the profit. And when you do that, that is over $4,900 in 2 trades. Unbelievable that I'm knocking this down for a couple weeks. Look, if any of this excites you, I want you to subscribe to the channel right now. I want you to bang that like button, but more importantly, ring the bell because we're going to be doing this time and time again. You want to get that email when I do another red hot weekly cash printing machine paycheck challenge video. Look, go to Facebook, search CTP Dashboard, because that's where I post up all this stuff. You need to be in the loop. You need to be with a like-minded community if this stuff interests you. Hey, look, I'm going to leave it right there. I wish you all the very best in trading. Be safe, be happy, most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable. Now, if you haven't checked out what the upgraded CTP Dashboard is all about, I want you to go to my page, CTP Dashboard, click on Upgraded CTP Dashboard, see if there's anything there that you think will up your game. What I'll tell you is this: recently, my charts of the week have absolutely been knocking it down. In fact, my most recent chart with Home Depot, unbelievable buying opportunity. Hey, look, I don't make predictions, I don't make recommendations, but when you look at the charts and then you act on that, right, you have your financial education, you've done your homework, the charts are telling you a story, and then you act on it, man, it's a great opportunity to have success. So if any of that interests you, just go over to the website, check out the upgraded CTP Dashboard.